Welcome to Mastering MS Excel course. In the Chapter 1, we will perform these 87 tasks, mastering the Home tab of Microsoft Excel. These tasks cover the entire Home tab, and after performing these tasks, you will have complete knowledge of using all the features in Home tab. Link to the Excel files containing solved and unsolved exercises is placed below in the comment section. Let's create a copy of this sheet, and name it Solved. Now, let's solve these tasks, one by one. The first task is to change the font to Grand View. We will click on this cell, and from the list of fonts, select the Grand View font. And the font has been changed to Grand View. To change the font size to 14, we will select the cell, and from font size, we will select 14. To make text bold, select the cell, and click on the bold button. We use the italic button to change the font to italic. Underline button is used to add a line under the text. Borders can be added to a cell, using the Borders button, such as a thick bottom border. Double underline can be added using the Underline button. We can change the back color of a cell, using the Back Color button. And the font color is changed, using the Font Color button. We can choose any color from the list of colors. We can use multiple format options, on a single cell or text. Let's apply all the format options we already used, on a single cell. Let's change its font to Grand View. Change its font size to 14. Make it bold, italic, and underlined. Add a thick bottom border to the cell. Add double underline to the text. Change its back color to yellow. And font color to red. You can apply as many format options as you like, unless they are in conflict such as underline and double underline. Then only one of them will be applied, and that will be the one applied last. We use the Cut and Paste button to move data from one location to another location. We use the Copy and Paste button to move data from one place to another, keeping it in the original location as well. Next task asks us to apply format of cell B11 to cell B16 using Format Painter. To do that, first we will select the cell B11 and click on the Format Painter button. This will copy the format. Then we will click on the cell B16, and format will be applied to cell B16. We can change the height of a row by selecting the row and selecting row height from the context menu. Here we can enter the height we want, and click OK. To align the text to top, click on the Top Align button. Just the same way, we will change the height of this row to 40. To align the text to middle, we will click on the Middle Align button. Align Right button is used to align the content of a cell to right. Align Center button is used to align the content of a cell to center. Wrap Text is used to fit long text in a single cell by displaying it in multiple lines. As the task requires, let's change the column width to 60. Now select the cell, and click on the Wrap Text button, to display the text in multiple lines. Another way to fit the overflowing text, is to merge several cells into one. Let's ensure that the column width is 60, as the task requires. Now, select the column B, C, D, and E, and click on the Merge and Center button. We can also unmerge the merged cells. Cell B23 and C23 are merged. We can select the cells, and click on the Merge and Center, to unmerge the cells. We can format a numeric value to number, using the Number Format list. Double-click on the column border, to auto-adjust the column width. Clicking on %sign, format the numeric value to percentage. To display a number in comma format, click on the comma button. Use the currency format button to choose a predefined currency format for a numeric value. Decimal buttons can be used to increase or decrease the decimal places. Previously we used wrap text and merge and center to fit overflowing text. However, there is another way to fit the text. Open the Format Cell window, and on the Alignment tab, select the Shrink to Fit checkbox, and click OK. This will reduce the size of the text and fit it into the cell. We can use the Orientation button to change the orientation of a cell's content. There are few predefined orientations. However, if you want to change the orientation to a specific angle that is not predefined, click in the Format Cell Alignment. Here you can define exact degree of orientation. Let's set the orientation to 45 degrees, as the task requires. Format options such as superscript and subscript, which are not available in the ribbon, can be accessed through the Format Cells window. Our next tasks involve conditional formatting. To highlight cells having value greater than 2, in green color, click on the Conditional Formatting, and in Highlight Cells Rules, select Greater Than. Here enter the value for greater than rule, and select the color you want to use. Click on the OK button. The cells with values greater than 2 are now highlighted. Conditional formatting is dynamic. If the cell value becomes less than 2, it will no longer remain highlighted. For our next task, select the range, and select less than, from Highlight Cells Rules. Enter the value for less than rule, and select the color from the list. Now, all cells having value less than 5 are highlighted. Use the Between rule to highlight cells with values between defined range. Select the color. If desired color is not available, use the Custom format. From the Fill tab, we will select the blue color, as the task requires. Click on the OK button to apply the formatting. To change color of font to red, automatically if the value is 267, we will use the equal to rule. Enter the value, and select the red text from the list. This will change the font color of any cell having value 267, automatically to red. Which means, if another value changes to 267, its font color will also change to red. We can also highlight cells, based on partial data, such as a value that they may contain. Let's say we want to highlight cells that contain 6. Task requires us to highlight in blue color, which is not available in the predefined list. We can click on the Custom format, and choose any color we want, from the list of colors. Click on the OK button, to apply the conditional formatting. We have highlighted all cells containing value 6. We can identify duplicate values, by highlighting them using the conditional formatting. Just select the color in which you want to highlight the cells, and click OK. We had 2 duplicate values, which are both highlighted now. To highlight top 10 items, first select all the items, and then use the top 10 rule, to highlight the top 10 items. To highlight top 10%, use the top 10% from conditional formatting. You can highlight any number or percent top items. For example, to highlight top 30% items, instead of 10%, enter 30 in the top 10% field, and click on the OK button. Similarly, we can highlight bottom items, such as bottom 10 items, bottom 10% items, and bottom 30% items. We can also highlight above average items, and below average items, using conditional formatting. We can convert our cells into bar charts, by displaying gradient fills, or solid fills. These bars represent data in the cell. As you can see, the longest bar has the highest value, and the shortest bar has the lowest value. Color scales is another way to represent data by colors. Let's display red, yellow, green color scales. Here green is the lowest value, and red is the highest value. We can also represent data by icons. Select the list and choose 3 triangle directional icons set. Select the next list, and choose 3 traffic lights rimmed icon set, from shapes. Select this list, and from indicators, select 3 symbols uncircled icons set. To display 3-star rating, select the range, and from the ratings icon sets, select 3-star rating icon sets. Some icon sets have more than 3 icons, such as 5-quarter ratings icons set. We can also apply multiple conditional formatting, such as 5-quarter ratings icons set, combined with solid fill. You can apply multiple conditional formatting, unless they are not in conflict, such as 2 different icon sets. To remove conditional formatting, use the clear rules from conditional formatting. To modify existing conditional formatting, we can use manage rules. For example, here we are going to change the color scale from green-red to yellow-green. Just double-click on the colors, and select the new color scheme. Secondly, we will change the icon set to 3 flags. Just like before, double-click the icons, and select the desired icons set from the list. Click on the OK button, to apply the revised conditional formatting. Now, we will work with tables. To convert a range into a table, select the range, and from the Format as Table, select the required table style. If your range has headings, check the My Table Has Headers checkbox, and click OK. After this, as required, go to the Table Style options, and select Total Row. Apply the total to all 3 columns. There are many functions available for totals. Default is sum, but you can choose another one such as average. Cell styles such as heading 1 style, can be selected from cell styles. From the same menu, we can choose other styles, such as title, or light blue accent 5, as required by the task. Next, tasks require the use of AutoSum feature. AutoSum is a beginner's way of using MS Excel functions. It contains some predefined functions such as sum, average, count, maximum, and minimum. While more functions can be accessed using Insert Function dialog box. To use AutoSum, Alt and plus key can be used. Sum, average, count, maximum, and minimum can be calculated using AutoSum button directly. Standard deviation can be calculated using More Functions button from Insert Function dialog box. If you don't know the category of the function, select All. Locate and select the function, and press the OK button. Then select the range, and press OK. In the same manner, other functions can be used, such as SUMPRODUCT. The SUMPRODUCT function belongs to the math category. If you know the category, choosing it instead of all will shorten the list, making it easy to locate a function. Select the function, and click OK. Then select the range, and click OK, to calculate the function. Now, let's learn to use the fill feature. This is a range, and we want to repeat the items in the last two columns, in front of each number. We will select the columns where we want the items to repeat. And then, we will simply click on the Fill Down button. And as you can see, Excel has filled the rows by itself, by copy the data from above. Similarly, we can use the Fill feature, to fill the data right, up, and left as well. To enter a series from 1 to 10, first we will go to the start of the range. And enter the number, from which the series will start, which in this case is 1. Then we will select the entire range. And click on the Series button. In the Series window, we will define the series, and click OK. Next, we will convert a range into a sentence, by using Justify Fill feature. Select the range, and go to the Fill menu, and click on the Justify button. Here, we are asked to separate first and last names, using the Fill feature. We can do that using Flash Fill. First we will manually separate the first name and last name. Then, we will select the range, and click on the Flash Fill, to follow the example. We will do the same for the last name. Similarly, we can extract day, month, and year, from dates, using Flash Fill. All we need to do is create one example, and then the rest of the range will be filled by Flash Fill automatically. To clear formats, we can use the Clear Formats from the Clear button. Next, we will learn to do some sorting and filtering. To sort these names A to Z, select the names, and from Sort and Filter button, select Sort A to Z. Do not expand the selection. Similarly, we can sort data from Z to A as well, using the Sort and Filter menu. We can also sort numeric data from A to Z and vice versa, where A to Z means lowest to highest, and Z to A means highest to lowest. Sort multiple columns based on first column is similar to sorting just the first column. Select all the columns, and just click on the Sort button. However, sorting by other than first column is tricky. Click on the Custom Sort, and then provide the column you want to sort data by. Then you select how you want to sort the data, and click OK. Same process is followed when sorting ascending or descending order. Filtering data means displaying selected information only. Select the range, and click on the Filter button. From Filters, select the information you want to display, and click OK. You may have noticed that the information outside our range also got filtered. To avoid this, we can add space between ranges. After adding a blank row, again apply the filters. And this time, the filters will apply only to the selected range. However, to add filters to another range, we must remove existing filters first, which we don't want to do. The way around to this is to convert the range to a table. Tables also include filters. We can remove styles to make a table look like a range with filters. Now we can apply filters that will remain permanent. Do the same to the other range as well. Here we are required to display expenses greater than 300. We can use greater than rule from number filters. Enter the number, and click OK. Now we only have numbers greater than 300. In the next task, we are required to display only those names that contain the letter A. To filter data by partial text, we can use the Contains feature in the Text Filters menu. Enter the partial text here, and press OK. Now we have only those names visible, which contain the letter A. Our next task is to find a data, and replace it with another data. We can do this using the Replace button in Find and Select menu. In the Find text box, we will enter the data we want to find. And the data we want to replace it with will be entered in the Replace with text box. Then we will click on the Replace All button to replace the data anywhere it is found. And the data has been replaced. Next we will perform data analysis, using Analyze Data. All we have to do is select some data, and press the Analyze Data button. The Analyze Data automatically analyzes data, and generates various reports and charts. This is a very smart and useful tool, and helps us a lot in data analysis. We can view these reports and charts, and insert them into our sheet. Our task only requires us to add one chart, but we can add as many as we like. We can transpose data, by copying the original data, and using Transpose and Paste special dialog box. Transpose is used to convert vertical data into horizontal or vice versa. Our final task is to convert data into a picture. Select the range you want to convert to a picture, and copy it. Then, in the Paste Special, click on the Paste Special as Picture. This is a very useful feature. Sometimes you copy data to another application such as MS Word, and the format and data is all messed up. Now you can convert the data into a picture, and take it to any application keeping the exactly same format. And with this we conclude our tutorial. Thanks for watching. We hope you liked our tutorial. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insightful tutorials and updates.